Rolling chair.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
What? But it's codename, KidName, Iceboy, man. For JG and Zerfall, Zerfall and JG. We could move that chair if we were a little closer.
Just trying to do my job.
The
What?
chair asks you, would you like me to move?
It's interesting because every other time I haven't had to move closer to the chair. You just click on
Every other
things.
time you've moved this chair, you didn't have to move closer.
Every time I've ever touched anything in this game, I haven't had to get closer. Oh, you gotta. Oh, I see. They're being.
It's a
cued about
puzzle.
it. This is the action scene of this game.
I like this though because it is a parody game.
Well, I'm gonna just grab this now.
Reach above the closet and there's just out of reach. You've only got a couple of extra inches of height. You have to get behind it and push it towards, or use the chair.
I was wondering if there's. Can I look at it extra?
Chair with casters, allowing it to roll.
Oh, did you know what there? Oh, there's a box.
Small, flimsy cardboard box is tucked away under the desk. Salute the box.
It's got a Nixon inside.
Flimsy cardboard box of navy bric-a-brac and old papers, probably put away for storage. Inside, you find a signed photo of President Nixon at his recent inauguration. To my friend and colleague Admiral McCain, thanks for all the Vietnam stuff. If any photo of the president deserves a salute, it's his second inauguration. Here's to your second term, sir.
Give me them points. Oh man, we're like 9 points away.
No, we're so close.
All right, I think we can take the Bible.
Get one and you didn't.
I need the Bible.
Is it okay to steal a Bible?
We're borrowing a Bible.
Oh my god, are you supposed to stand on the Bible? Oh, that would be sacrilege.
That's what I thought, but
Keypad for the safe. The world-class security protocols of the United States Navy require you to enter the correct passcode to gain access. If you put in the wrong passcode, you will get a nursery rhyme. Wrong combination. You unlocked the safe.
that was easy.
So there is no zero, it's 1111. The safe is mostly empty, with just one valuable item resting inside. Salute the gun. A gun. Despite the fact that the Constitution guarantees the right to carry such a tool, you wonder, can Mr. Sprinkle be trusted with it? You decide the safest thing to do is to take it for yourself. Close that safe, though. Safe is already open. Good job, Submarine Scout.
I cannot.
You peek behind the poster for any hidden compartments. Nothing. You can't salute it, huh? That seems weird to me.
Nothing.
Lift the frame and check behind it. Just the wall.
All right, maybe you're right. Maybe you just got to push this in a little more. Oops. I have to use the grab flag. Oh no!
I feel like you got it to the right place, but then needed to interact with it somehow.
Oh, I bet you I can just use my own briefcase. Oh, now it's letting me do it super easy, so. All right.
The hard shell case of a leather briefcase is not simply a more sophisticated adult look. It also gives you a handy platform to stand on.
Now we can soapbox from here.
Reach above the closet and manage to grab the edge of the paper. A quick pull brings the paper floating down.
Oh man, do they all land in the same spot? Close enough.
Stack of papers in Mr. Sprinkle's handwriting. It looks like some kind of report. Sasha, I'm sending as many of my notes ahead of me via courier as soon as I step off the sub. It's even wilder than I imagined, but I'll try to summarize things as best I can. Tell Victor to save me the front page. This will put the Wilmington News Journal on the map. I've got that idiot Sharp on tape admitting that this is all Kissinger's cockeyed scheme. Kissinger thinks all they need is enough PR and everything will blow over. Vietnam, Watergate, everything. So he cooks up this submarine camp idea as a trial balloon. It goes like this. Put some bright-eyed kids on a submarine, snap some photos, plant some stories, maybe get on the evening news. All of a sudden, Nixon is not the bad guy. He cares about our kids, about our future. He's not a criminal. He's the camp counselor-in-chief.
He is not a criminal.
Crime if the president does it. And it works. And if it works, build this idea out. Kissinger has floated Army camp, Air Force camp, space camp, on and on. The
Space
thing is,
camp.
hold up. Yes.
For the Space Force.
Would you like to interrupt again, or?
It was a good joke.
The thing is, giving you a chance here. Okay. The thing is, the whole operation is bleeding money, just like my finger's bleeding. It's not cheap to operate a ballistic submarine, and Sharp and McCain asked for a lot of cash. It's a fraud. That's the long and short of it. Nixon and Kissinger are funneling military funds to their personal PR campaign. Plus, it's only a matter of time before someone gets hurt. You wouldn't believe how easy it is for these kids to access very dangerous items, like a lathe. This is my moment, Sasha, my scoop. I know you've never liked being my secretary. I've heard how you talk about me with the other girls. But this is Sprinkles time now, and I'll never let the likes of Bob and Carl bully me again. Ass. It's actually said ass. Personal PR campaign, scheming, fraud. If Mr. Sprinkle really thinks this is true, then that means Mr. Sprinkle's trying to undermine the President of the United States, and he must be stopped. You pocket this doggerel. Nobody else should read it. You have the smoking gun, and a literal gun. Clear evidence Mr. Sprinkle is up to no good, and you've got his real gun too. So I made the joke right before I read it. I shouldn't have interrupted myself. It might be time to head back to your quarters before the rest of the crew wakes up.
It might be, but
today's lesson is done when you're done messing around.
Yeah, first,
There's only 5 points left. I don't know if we have a whole video's worth of content to get the remaining 5 points.
I think so. I just
fine.
want to close this, but we
Good
can't.
job, Hey, can we examine that plant?
Nope.
No. Okay.
All right.
It represents America's trees. Salute it.
Uh-oh. Took too long.
Should have called it a video when we could. Surprised to see me? I knew something felt fishy. I should have known it was you. You troublesome little boy. Wait a minute.
Feats don't fail me now.
Did you take? Uh-oh. This is bad.
Yeah, who's going to be on the news now about giving kids dangerous stuff?
Little boy, why don't you hand back that to your old pal Art? Hand that back. Nice and easy. Nobody needs to know I let a little kid get a hold of a firearm. Letting children play with guns is the kind of thing that gets adults in big, big trouble. We don't want anybody to get in trouble, do we? Sprinkle tenses, about to lunge at you. You can't let him steal your hard-earned evidence. Your heart is pounding. The moment seems to stretch forever. The next move you make may be the most important decision of your life. Oh, I thought that would be a great cut off. How we get out of this one, JW?
We gotta save it here. Can we just shoot him? Can we get a game over for shooting him?
I don't trust Mr. Sprinkle with a firearm. You can't just hand it to him.
I'm not trying to hand it to him.
I don't think that's what we were doing, game. Unless you're trying to do something else with that gun. But what are you prepared to do with that kind of thing? Are you prepared to do that kind of thing? Yeah, make sure you shoot quickly because there's 2 Mr. Sprinkles. The second one will get you after you shoot the first one.
Shouldn't he? He should still be pretty drunk. With how drunk he's been. What if we salute him?
I think cutting off his finger might have sobered him up. Salute a civilian, a reporter, no less. You know, he clearly lacks a military man's physique. There's no way you could overpower Mr. Sprinkle.
I'm trying my best to
well, give him something. Oh, you're trying to lose. I got you. Chattering press badge identifies this man as Art Sprinkle of the Wilmington News Journal. Give him the key copy.
Yeah.
That'll do nothing.
Whoops. They should have allowed for at least one game over here.
You just make a break for it.
Throw our briefcase at him. I suspect that's what we're supposed to do.
Maybe you could stun him by saluting him.
I tried to salute him. He's just salute a civilian? No way, man. Yeah, I think we just gotta hoof it. Oh, maybe I have to hand the door instead.
Of course, Mr. Sprinkle foolishly left the door open.
See ya. I had to hand the door instead of walking out of it.
I'm so fucked. I feel bad.
Hey
for Mr.
everyone, I've
Sprinkle.
got a gun, and it's Mr. Sprinkles.
A mad chase ensues, Mr. Sprinkle following close at your heels. He grunts in pain with every step, obviously not recovering from the injury he gave himself. You barely have time to collect your thoughts, to consider even your next move, before you find yourself sprinting into a familiar room, the weapons bay.
The weapons bay?
The weapons bay.
Oh, that's... I thought I recognized it kind of, but...
Which you realize is now a dead end.
But a dead end for who?
Puff, puff. Look, kid, let me level with you. I'm just a reporter doing my job. He's just doing his job. The people in charge of the submarine are doing bad things. If I don't get the submarine off the submarine, they're going to keep doing those bad things forever. I've got a tape in my pocket right now that proves what I'm saying is true. I just need to get it out of here. But you have to give me the gun first. I'm not going to hurt you, but you're stuck. Make the right decision for your country. You heard him yourself, JW. If Mr. Sprinkle gets off the submarine, his entire scheme will succeed. Will you let that happen? You won't let that happen.
All right. Nope.
You can't let that happen.
You mightn't let that happen.
Probably shouldn't let that happen.
Can we just give him the gun now?
I think this is the last screen of the
bad
game, by
end?
the way. There's only 4 points left. You don't trust Mr. Sprinkle with a firearm. You can't just hand it to him. Let's try to do something else.
Oh, yes! Waste time saluting it. A torpedo.
I think you want to throw the gun down the same tubes that we threw the thing down before.
I see what you're saying.
You toss the gun far down into the loading tube. Not again! Why do you keep doing this to me?
We got a point.
Anyway, you got a point. I sure hope there's 3 more points to go. Just bang out, dang, go anywhere until I find this gun, please. Wait. How do you think this game is likely to wind up? So as before, this is the tube that loads torpedoes into the tubing network. Harpoon active radar homing weapon with various markings identifying components such as electronics panel, propulsion control, and the igniter fuel cap. It's unloaded from the torpedo tubing.
I will say, we still haven't found a flag in this one spot. Like, is that not a flag right there? Let me try this.
Try the flag code on it, yeah. In the corner, it looks like someone sloppily stored an American flag. It rests unfolded with its edge touching the floor.
Now, see, I saw it before, but I just kept looking at it. Wouldn't let me look at it.
Yeah, that's kind of a little bullshit game, but hey, it's kind of making fun of bullshit games, isn't it? Section 4, Part B. The flag should never touch anything beneath it, such as the ground, the floor, water, or merchandise. You respectfully fold and store the flag.
Hey, I'm not done
2
yet.
points to go.
Yeah.
We got it. I think we might have a perfect score. This has got to be it, right?
I need to salute the flag.
Can't salute a flag that's touching the floor.
It was touching the floor before, now it's folded and secured. I guess you can't salute it then either. I mean, this has got to be what you got to do.
Oh yeah, no, we're shooting this dude out. We're shooting this dude out at like
We're just committing a little murder.
A little homicide here. Console for the torpedo loading track. You learned about this the other day. Nothing happens.
It's not letting... Oh, there we go. I tried to drag it. You can't drag it. First, we'll crush him with a torpedo.
What are you doing out there? All that noise. Igniter empty. Light displaying the words igniter empty. It's currently lit up.
I know what we need to do.
Dang, Thug. Look, kid, when I have that gun, we can have a nice regular talk. Just stay put out there for old Artie. We're gonna pour a thermos of medicine in the,
We got just enough medicine to make a torpedo work.
Sure torpedo body and find the igniter fuel tank. With a little elbow grease, you unscrew the cap. That cask strength medicine should do the trick. If that gives you 1 point and launching it gives you another point, we actually did it.
I think you can. Well, I guess yeah. We found all the flags and stuff. Otherwise,
Got to get a point
it would
for
be
launching
impossible.
this torpedo.
So it's just the.
Yeah.
There it goes. One more time.
I hear that noise again. It sounds like a bad noise. The clang. Oh, where's this fucking gun? Come on, yes! 55 of 55! Woo! We have achieved the rank of Master Enchanter. Aha, got it! Game is so much more fun than the real game. Alarm blares in the submarine. The safety trigger may be to warn the crew of a ballistic mishap. It takes only moments before you hear a din of activity. No doubt the members of the United States Navy are springing into action.
I need to get the salute thing ready.
It all fades into the background. Time passes as you contemplate the gravity of what you've done. Oh, no, you better not salute, because if you get 56 out of 55 points, then we won't know what the real max score is. Mr. Sprinkle intended to harm not only the leaders of this vessel, but the leaders of the United States of America. The leader of the United States of America. In defense of your nation and your president, you made one of the most drastic, most consequential decisions a person can make.
I suppose it was an enemy combatant or something, right?
You killed a man, and you liked it. Yeah.
Get the synth out. Oh, shit. Kid, you gotta get back to your quarters. I can't control the speed of this text.
Is it true, sir? Did someone fire a torpedo during submarine camp?
We are gonna find the responsible for this debacle.
We're waking the rest of the men and it's surfacing right now. We'll get this under control, sir.
I'm never doing kisses a favor again. This is
Fuck
no
up,
fuck
fuck
up, Dad. No fuck ups. Oh wait,
What do we do, sir?
We get locked down. Total silence. I turn it into you. I'm not going down the Admiral. Let the torpedo accidentally fire aboard vessel full of children. As far as you're concerned, submarine camp never happened. Have we surfaced yet?
Yes, sir. We're heading down straight back to the harbor. Arr.
Nixon's gonna kill me.
What about that little flute? I bet that little flute girl did this too.
Yeah, she loves torpedoes. Oh, yes.
Did you do this on your own, or?
No, it did it automatically. Great job, Tom.
I approve of your murdering that man.
He gave us a
The end. Designed by Grayson by Sky Social.
Yeah, there is a link in the description of each video if you want to download this for yourself.
Special thanks to the original developer, Sierra Online, whose work I'm repurposing however many years later. I couldn't possibly have looked that up. Begrudging, but also special thanks to Jim Walls. Yeah, I know exactly what he means there. Watch Adventure Tuesday every Tuesday on Twitch TV/PS-Garrick. I'm a huge fan of Deep Space Nine. Bonus flag code violations found 5 of 5. All right.
Yes.
Secret Nixon saluted 5 of 5. Yes. We didn't have a guide, but now our shitty playthrough with our dumb jokes is the guide. Homosexuality, dope, immorality in general, these are enemies of strong society. That's why communists and the left-wingers are pushing the stuff. They're trying to destroy us. Richard Nixon. 5/13/1971. Tape 498005. JW will return in Thunderball. Or actually, codename Iceman.
Man, Nixon really was ahead of his time. He'd be getting away with all that shit these days. Even quotes like that.
he was kind of behind his time and then ahead of his time. This is an inherently political game, but I was actually talking to somebody the other day about a Girl Goofsoft production. I was like reminiscing with my parents about like being at elementary school in the 80s. In music class in elementary school, they would play us songs from the Free to Be You and Me album, which was like this album that came out in the 70s. It was like I can't remember. I'm blanking now on the name of the celebrity who was like the primary person behind it. She was like from That Girl. And they had this whole album about gender equality and stuff. And Marlo Thomas and Friends. That's right. I think the most probably well-remembered song from it was Rosie Greer, a famous badass football player, singing a song called It's All Right to Cry, about how it's okay for men to cry, because he was this big, tough football player. And the album was mostly about people being who they are and not being shitty about it and just letting people, live the lives they want to lead. And it was released, the original album was released the year before Roe v. Wade, and I was telling my parents, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was listening to this in elementary school in the 80s and thinking it did sound like some hippie trippy stuff. Even as a kid in the 80s, I recognized it. But now, fucking 40 years later, it would be banned in schools and Roe v. Wade has been repealed. So Nixon would be very happy, I think, with where we're going right now.
Maybe they need to bring that song back.
I don't know. It was a little preachy. It might have actually done more harm than good. Although it immediately preceded Roe v. Wade. So yes, it might be time for Free to Be You and Me to the next story.
All right. Well, so this game really, having played KidName Iceman, really makes this game much better than it would be otherwise. It's a good adventure game. I do wish there were some game overs.
I think this would have been a really fun game even if you hadn't played KidName Iceman, but playing KidName Iceman and then playing this kind of made it worth playing KidName Iceman. Yeah. But I say that as somebody who didn't actually play KidName Iceman. I just got to sit here and laugh as you played it. So.
No, it definitely made it worthwhile. And yeah, I think that it was done pretty well. The puzzles were kind of fun. But I just let me get kicked off the sub or something a couple times, even if it's just once. And even if you just go, hey, wait, that's not what happened, and then it just goes back to the scene. It's just fun. This isn't an homage to LucasArts games.
I liked it a lot. It's sort of interesting that in order to make it a fun parody, they had to not make it have a text parser. Because if it had a text parser, it would have been inherently frustrating. Oh, yeah. In a way that they didn't want it to be.
We've been trying to move the chair around and stuff. You'd be like, chair goes the wrong way. Oh, move chair to the right.
And I don't want
exactly 36 inches.
Yeah. I don't want to give too many notes to something that was so fun, but like I would say if I was doing this again, or if I was like, you must like put a gun to my head and make, improve this game somehow. I want to have a joke about like Sierra stair climbing sequences, but that's not fair because KidName Iceman didn't have any. What instead I would say is I think that you should get similar to there's 5 out of 5 hidden Nixons and 5 out of 5 flag code violations. It would have been nice if there was 5 out of 5 hidden game overs. Yeah. And you get points for finding a game over.
That's my jam.
Yeah, because the game overs they were so fucking inconsistent. Like in the actual KidName Iceman, it's like, oh, there's 8 different ways to drown, but none of them lead to anything special. But you do get a special game over if you just tell a guy that you're not JW.
Those are legitimately my favorite parts of that game.
Yes.
Taking the wrong ID, saying no. But although taking the wrong ID didn't have the payoff it should have had. But still, there was so many things that you just do something stupid and it's like, well, game over.
I think it would be tough to really parody some of it without being frustrating, because like the taking the wrong ID soft locked the game. Like I don't know that they're. And like you could have put something in game text as like a wink nod to soft locking. You wouldn't want to actually make a way to soft lock KidName Iceboy. That wouldn't be fun. But you could find a way to reference it as a thing. I guess.
I think a lot of people hate on Sierra for all the out of nowhere deaths that you have. But if you've played a Sierra game and you know how computers work, you understand you understand that you can save a lot. Now, if it's your first time playing a King's Quest game, you might not realize that.
Yeah, I don't know if you're taking a shot at me or not, because I've told you the stories about me and my sister playing King's Quest too. Yeah.
But also, it's the soft. I think it's the soft locks that people are remembering that they actually hate, and the deaths were a little bit frustrating, but only if you didn't save in a long time. And you learned you save every like 5 minutes on a new spot, and then you find how many ways you can die, and the deaths are funny. Like they're almost, there's some that are frustrating, I guess, but most of them are just like, oh, that's silly, and then you just load your game and don't do it again.
So I mean, and honestly, if you just want to do a 90-minute feature film presentation on softlock, Sierra is not the worst. Infocom was way worse than Sierra about softlocks. But I think Codename Iceman was weird with softlocks too, because it would tell you,
it would tell you,
here's where you softlock, idiot, and it kind of is up to you to have the games to load. I have more like just this fucking hint book is so fucking bad, because it had questions where like the answer was you're softlock, but they make you read 3 clues before you get to you're gonna have to load the game. It's like,
well, they don't want you to accidentally think it's not something you should be doing, because it's a soft lock. You're not going to enjoy the soft lock if you're not locked for like 20 minutes before you realize you're locked.
I guess. I don't know. But soft locks is not what KidName Iceboy is about. KidName Iceboy is a parody of Codename Iceman, not its hint book, not puzzle games in a more general sense. It was pretty specific to what was weird about. I think, again, they didn't want. I think they wanted it to be fun, even if you've never played Codename Iceman, and I think it is.
I think it would be.
But like, in that, having just recently played Codename Iceman, we can pick at stuff like they didn't make fun of the submarine sequences where you're piloting it. They didn't make fun of the terrible driving.
When you tried to get in the chair, and it's like they said something.
It's like, this is a fucking nightmare. You wouldn't want to experience that. But they're like, they didn't make fun of. There's lots of the things we could have added in there to make fun of extra stuff. But I think they basically perfectly nailed. This is stuff that's funnier if you know Codename Iceman. You don't need to know Codename Iceman to get it. Also, it doesn't overstay its welcome.
No, it was a very good length.
And I think you could have really overstayed. You could have got to the point where the humor had worn off, but the game was still going. And I don't think they did that. I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
Or she nailed it. They nailed it. It nailed it.
And it was just it was a passion project that's free, right? It's like.
Yeah.
They're raking it in hand over fist for this game.
So, if somebody was selling this, I don't know if Codename Iceboy is abandonware, but if somebody was selling this, there would be some.
Somebody somewhere would be like, I got the rights.
What the fuck? And I love that there is a begrudging but still special thanks to Jim Wall. It's like acknowledging the guy's kind of an asshole, but like you can't just not thank him at all.
All right, folks. I guess that's it for KidName Iceboy. Not sure what will be coming out with you next time, but keep an eye out for that.
We hope whatever it is, it's something you'll enjoy, and we love doing this for you, folks. In fact, we salute you, even though you are not superior officers, unless you are.
All right. See you next time, folks.